Looking to create a custom and professional subscribe animation for your YouTube videos? In this tutorial, I will show you how to design one step by step in After Effects. Hi, I am Tanbir Masood, and in today's tutorial, we will create an eye-catching subscribe button animation from scratch using Adobe After Effects. Let's dive in. First, I will create a new composition and name it subscribe animation button. Then I will uncheck the lock aspect ratio option, set the resolution to 1920 by 1080, the frame rate to 60 frames per second and the duration to 10 seconds and press OK. Next, I will click on the composition icon again and create another composition. This time I will name it Edit Comp, keeping the resolution, frame rate and duration the same as the previous composition and press OK. After that, I will create another composition and name it Logo. For this composition, I will set the resolution to 800 by 800, keep the frame rate and duration the same and press OK. Then I will click on Edit Comp and select the rectangle tool from the toolbar to create a shape layer. After creating the shape layer, I will click on it, go to the rectangle option and adjust the roundness under rectangle path. Next, I will ensure that the anchor point of the shape layer is positioned at the center of the layer. This step will help maintain proper alignment for further animations. Go to the window menu, select Align and adjust the alignment to center the shape layer properly. After that, I will fine-tune the roundness of the shape layer to ensure it looks perfect. Then, using the fill option, I will change the color of the shape layer to white like this and click on Toggle Transparency Grid to disable the transparent background. Next, I will go to the logo composition and select the ellipse tool from the toolbar to create a circular shape layer. After creating the shape layer, I will set the layer to composition alignment to make it elegant and ensure the anchor point is positioned at the center. Now, I will disable the Toggle Transparency Grid and change the color of the shape layer using the fill option, just like this. After that, I will import the channel logo and drag it into the logo composition. Next, I will click on Expand or Collapse the Transfer Controls pane. From there, I will select Track Matte and choose the shape layer as the matte layer. Then, I will adjust its position properly to ensure it is perfectly placed within the composition. At this point, I will save the project to ensure my progress is secured for future convenience. Next, I will go to the Edit Comp and drag the logo composition from the project panel into the Edit Comp. Then I will adjust its scale and position properly to fit it perfectly. Now I will lock the shape layer and select the type tool from the toolbar to write the channel name. For this text, I will choose a font from the text properties panel. The font I will select is Poppins Bold. Then I will change the text color to black using the fill option and adjust its position properly to set it in place. Once positioned, I will align the anchor point of the text to the center. Next, I will select the text and press Ctrl+D on the keyboard to duplicate it. In the duplicate text layer, I will write the channel's handle name. I will change the font style of this text to Poppins Thin. Finally, I will adjust the position and scale of both text layers to ensure everything is aligned and looks perfect. Now I will select the rectangle tool from the toolbar and create a shape layer. Then from the rectangle options, I will select rectangle path and adjust the roundness to match this look. After that, I will adjust the position of the rectangle to place it correctly in the composition. Now I will select the type tool from the toolbar and type the word subscribe, which will serve as our subscribe button text. I will place this text on the shape layer and then adjust the scale and position to ensure it fits perfectly. Next, I will go to the project panel and create a new folder named Assets. Then I will import a few icons into the Assets folder to use in this project. You can find the download links for these icons in the description of my video. After that, I will drag the verification sign icon into the composition, adjust its scale and position, and place it properly. Now I will drag the bell icon 1 from the project panel into the edit comp and adjust its scale and position to place it properly. Next, I will drag bell icon 2 from the project panel into the edit comp as well. To ensure it has the same scale and position as bell icon 1, I will expand the properties panel of bell icon 1, go to transform and press Ctrl+C to properties. Then I will expand the properties panel of bell icon 2, go to transform and press Ctrl+V to paste the same properties. Now I will click on the subscribe animation button composition and drag the edit comp from the project panel into the subscribe animation button composition. Once it is added, I will click on toggle transparency grid to disable transparency. Next, I will go back to the edit composition, move 1 second forward and set a keyframe for the position. Then I will move to the starting position and adjust the position of the layer according to the animation. After setting the keyframes, I will select them, go to Keyframe Assistant and apply Easy Ease or simply press F9 on the keyboard. Finally, I will click on the graph icon and adjust the graph to create smooth transitions just like this. Go to Edit Composition, then drag the arrow icon from the project panel into the composition. Adjust the scale and position as needed. Now go to the position option and click the stopwatch icon to set a keyframe. Then move off a few seconds forward and position the arrow icon in the subscribe place. Next, select the keyframes, right-click and choose Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. Now click the graph editor icon. If the graph does not appear, right-click and check the Edit Speed Graph option to adjust the graph accordingly. Next, set a keyframe for scale. Move a few frames forward and set the arrow icon scale to 18%. Then move a few frames back and reset the scale to the previous value of 25%. After setting the keyframes, adjust them properly, then right-click, select Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. Then click the graph editor icon and adjust the graph accordingly. Now I will select the subscribe text layer and the shape layer together. Then I will go to the position option, click on the stopwatch icon and create a keyframe. After that, I will move a few frames forward and change the position. Next, I will right-click, go to Keyframe Assistant and select Easy Ease. Then I will click on the graph editor icon and adjust the graph as needed. Similarly, I will click on the position of the shape layer, select the keyframes and apply Easy Ease from the Keyframe Assistant. Finally, I will click on the graph editor icon and adjust the graph for this layer as well. Next, I will go to the last keyframe of the subscribe text layer and add a keyframe to the position of the arrow icon. Then I will move a few frames forward and drag the arrow icon from the composition to place it near the bell icon. At this position, I will add a keyframe to the scale of the arrow icon. Then I will move a few frames forward and create another keyframe, reducing the scale value to 18. After that, I will move a few frames back and set the scale value back to its original value, which is 25. Next, I will move a few frames forward, go to the position and add another keyframe. Then I will move a few seconds forward and drag the arrow icon outside the composition. Finally, I will select the keyframes, click on the graph editor and adjust the graph as needed. Similarly, I will adjust the graph for the scale as well. Next, I will split the bell icon too at the point where the mouse click happens. I will delete the first part, which will add the bell press effect. This will create a smooth animation where as soon as the mouse is clicked, the bell will transition from the bell state to the bell press state, creating a nice pop-up animation. Next, I will select the subscribe text layer. Then I will move the timeline to the point where the mouse click and press Ctrl+D on the keyboard to duplicate it and split the duplicated text layer at that position by deleting the first part. After that, I will select the duplicated text layer, rename it to subscribed and press D on the keyboard to add it to the text layer. Next, I will move the timeline to the position where the subscribe to text layer begins and go to the subscribe text layer. I will click on the scale stopwatch icon to activate a keyframe and set the scale value to 0. Then I will use Keyframe Assistant to apply Easy Ease. Once this is done, I will preview everything to ensure it looks correct. At this point, I notice that the button animations shape layer appears too large. To fix this, I will adjust its size properly, reposition it, and also fine-tune the text layers to ensure everything is aligned correctly. Next, I will go to Shape Layer to open the Contents panel and click on the Fill option. I will activate the color stopwatch icon and after a few frames, change the color to something different, just like this. Then I will go to the subscribe button animation composition, keep the timeline at the current position and add a keyframe for position. After a few frames, I will change the position value to move the button downward, just like this. Next, I will click on the graph editor and adjust the graph like this. After that, I will return to the edit composition, enable motion blur and apply it to the relevant layers. Then I will go back to shape layer 2 and adjust the color of the subscribe shape layer using the color picker to match the color of the bell icon. This is because the current color of the subscribe shape layer doesn't look perfect. Now that everything is done, let's check the final preview to see how the subscribe button animation looks. Wow, great, it looks professional. And there you have it, your custom subscribe button animation ready to boost your YouTube channel. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more tips. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.